Hello and welcome back to set 2 of my Let's Play of Spyro. I've already done my rounds. I've already killed the Norks while I was setting up, so you don't need to see that. Although, actually, I've just had a thought. I'm going to go and speak to the balloonist so you can have a listen to what he says before we have enough. Yeah. Before we have enough dragons. There we go. So he just tells us that we need to go back and do some more work. Now, every time I play a game, I go to a walkthrough after I've played a level, just so that I can get a feel for how well I've done, and so that it will help me put the keywords on the YouTube video. Now we're going to start the next level here, instead of the town square one, because this is actually level 2. So we're going to go in here now. Yes, so I had a look on there, and the bottom, it gives you a bit of trivia about the game, and there are some things in there I didn't know. One of the things I did know was... Okay, that shouldn't have actually happened. He should have blocked that. You need to charge them, really, but I obviously hit him before he had a chance to properly put his shield up. Like that. Now, one of the things I did know about Spyro was that he was meant to be green. His original design was in fact green, but it blended too well with the grass, so they decided against using green. Another interesting fact is that 6 of the dragons in the artisan world actually... Well, I'll tell you after I've freed him, so that I can continue gameplay.
Oh, it's you.
Well, he's big.
I wasn't sure if you'd escape those annoying little creatures. Of course, they wouldn't bother me, but here's a hint. Metal armor is fireproof, but a charge attack will take care of them.
Technically, it isn't really that fireproof because it gets really, really hot. Surely they would burn themselves if ever they wanted to, protect themselves against me. Anyway, yeah, 6 of the dragons in the artisan world actually, when released, go to Nasty Norks to try and come up with a resolution. I think either that or to try and fight him. And in the process, they actually look. I like this as well. It does nothing, but it's just really nice. It's just a nice little gimmick. And they go and speak to Nasty Nork, and in the process they end up being turned back into stone. So technically, when it says that there are 80 dragons to be freed, there are actually 74, because 6 of those have been refrozen back into stone. So it's just quite an interesting little fact, really. Well, I find anyway. Also, when you press triangle, you drop. That's obvious, yeah, because we've already been told about that. But in every single other game, you get a little height boost whenever you do it. But in this game only, you actually just fall. You don't get the height boost. Next dragon! Who have we got here then? Darius. Or Darius? Darius? I think Darius.
Enemies like this Gnorc with the club cannot be charged, but a quick flame, that should defeat them.
So yeah, this level is clearly showing us the difference between different types of enemies. Obviously, with the ones that have the shields are fireproof, so you have to charge them. The bigger ones are charge-proof, so you have to flame them. Quite simple, really. I kind of like this level, simply for the underground bit, which I'm going to go to now. It's just quite a nice level. It looks kind of pretty. Oh dear. And this guy you have to get while he's walking away because he's got an armoured front. So you can't flame him and you can't charge him. As displayed here. Oops. There we go. Delicious. Right then, Another dragon, please, if you wouldn't mind. Oswin.
Spyro, want to know a secret? Use the triangle button when you want to zoom in and look around. Oh, your secret's safe with me.
Yeah, so we can look around, but we will never ever need that. Another thing I noticed when I was looking on the Spyro the Dragon wiki page, it had all the controls, and obviously I knew most of them, but there was one in there that I've never seen before, and never actually done, as well to my knowledge anyway, and that is holding down square and X at the same time. And you do this. Oopsie daisy. It's really interesting. It's almost exactly the same as charging, but with the jumping in there as well, you get much more maneuverability. Usually when you're charging, you have some slight difficulty when it comes down to turning sharp angles. But when you're doing the charging and jumping, you can turn at a much, much sharper rate. And it's really interesting. I never actually knew I could do that. Oopsie daisy. Let's try not to do that again. Oh, racing through. Racing. Got this level done in under 10 minutes. 100 please? Delicious. So yeah, I've found a new thing and it's quite cool. I'll probably use it quite often. Excellent. No thief in that world, so that's good. Hooray! Do 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 do. Another interesting fact about the game is that every boss level. Ooh, a life. How rare. Every boss battle in the game, apart from the last one, is completely optional. They're not at all mandatory. Unless you want the 100% completion. Which you need to do if you want to do the final level. Ah, there we go, got another life. So there you can see how it works. If you get 100% completion, you get an alternate ending, which I'm going to definitely do. Because I want the alternate ending. Come back here, Sonny. I want your pearls. Delicious. Right, next world, please. You know, I don't know if going through 2 levels or something at a time is going to work out for me, because I'm getting through them so quickly. I don't mean to. Depends how long this level takes. Oh, I've got me a lovely energy drink as well. This is my lunch. I haven't eaten anything yet, so it's kicking in quite effectively. Chickens! Turn them into roast chicken? No, not gonna happen. No, probably just for a later game. Aha! More charging boxes. Chests, even? Charge chests? Metal chests? Something like that.
Welcome to Town Square, Spyro.
Thank you!
Begin exploring by gliding to that area with the bulls.
I'll do
Use
that.
the L2 and R2 buttons to get a good look.
Yes, L2 and R2. That means turning the camera. You can also use L1 and R1 to do a drop and roll, which is also another feature that is never introduced into any other Spyro game. You can charge them, which makes them do that, and they're pretty much harmless after that, so you just need to kill them. Because you still get the gem, even if you do that, which is kind of odd, really. Seems a bit pointless, to be honest. And here we have our first... I don't know what this is, but I don't know what to call it, but it's a quite an interesting way of getting a gem. You have to do that, and then jump and collect the gem. I just find that really cool. Quite neat, in fact. Right, over here, I guess. Delicious. And another life. I'm going to be raking in these lives if I don't actually lose any. Because at the most, all I've ever done is lose a bit of health.
Thanks, Spyro. I had the worst itch on the tip of my wing. Did you know that you get your longest glides by pressing X at the very top of your jump?
Yes, I've already been told. Thank you. How stupid do these people think Spyro is? Yeah. Yeah, so if we kill the bull, this guy gets really, really annoyed. So, I'm just gonna kill him. Because that's how we roll in this game. We're completely merciless. Right, okay. I wouldn't recommend jumping into the fountain, because it is, of course, water, and water kills us in this game. Chickens! Delicious. Now, you may have noticed that Sparks actually brings the gems to you, which is a really useful tool. Except when you obviously don't have Sparks. When you lose as much health so that Sparks no longer exists, he disappears, then those gems no longer come towards you, obviously. You have to actually collect them by running into them, which can be very, very annoying. Oh, and there's our first 10 gem. I'm quite talkative today, it's the energy drink, I do apologise. So yeah, try and keep him alive as much as you can, because having him there collecting all the gems is quite useful.
Spyro, did you see a man dressed in blue running around here? He's a thief, and he's stolen a dragon egg. You've got to track him down and get that egg. Run! Run! I'm getting a little winded.
Yeah, okay. It's very interesting how they play all the different characters to it. Yeah. Now, it took me quite a while to realise what on earth to do at this point, but in fact you have to go back a bit, jump on here, which gives you just enough height to come around this corner. Now I'm going to try and get this guy as quickly as possible. Usually you can get him just before the tunnel. There we go. Now it's best that you try and do that, otherwise it'll take about half an hour to try and catch him, because in this world there's actually quite a lot of corners and sharp turns to try and catch that thief, as you will see. Now I don't want to be using that speed jump, charge jumping mechanism either, because too much dexterity, I guess, when it comes down to places without a wall can be kind of dangerous. If you make a corner too sharp, you'll probably fall off. There's quite a lot of gems in this one. By the looks of it, 200. And this is quite an interesting one as well. This box here, I'll show you what it does in a minute. It's quite a few 10s. Right, you have to heat it up to make the fan spin round. After 3, it blows up. And in the back there, did you see it? You can see the fan falling to, its destruction. Thor?
Thank you for releasing me.
Thor? That's not quite an appropriate name for that. For that dragon. Oh no, Thor? No, I wouldn't have called him Thor. Excellent. So there we go.